All right. Hello, this is Terry, your chief idea catcher over at Spin Frogs, and we are on the lily pad today with Andrea Alemanni of Patient Navigation Team. And I want to chat with you just a little bit to introduce Andrea to all of you viewers out there who maybe don't know who she is. Andrea is a chemist. She is avid in the nonprofit space, both with the Greensboro Symphony Guild, the Guild of the Family Services of the Piedmont, and with Rotary International. She also owns Patient Navigation Team, which is a local advocacy agency that helps people, both aging and people with young children, understand the challenges of our healthcare system. So please join me in welcoming Andrea to the show today.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you for being here. So, Andrea, you've got some exciting things going on.
I do.
Yes. You have a book that you're releasing that's coming out soon.
I do. I'm very excited about it. It's a passion that I've had for a long time to write a book, and so now it's actually coming to fruition.
Yes. So. All right. So actually tell me a little bit about that passion. When did you know you wanted to write something?
Oh, this was probably 15 years ago when my children were going to get their vaccinations at the doctor. You never get an explanation of why they're going to get a shot. So the kids just go in and they get poked and they're screaming and nobody really fully understands it. And so I really wanted to offer parents and their children a tool to know what's happening inside your body when you get a vaccination. So.
Excellent. So this book is focusing in on vaccines.
Yes.
Very good. So tell me a little bit more about the book. It's focusing in on vaccines. Tell us a little bit more about that. Is there a particular vaccine it's targeting?
So the virus that we're going to be talking about in the book is Charlie chickenpox. So as you know, we have had some outbreaks of chickenpox and measles in the U.S. and abroad as well. Yeah. So it's a very pertinent topic. So we're going to have Charlie invade a body of a child, and we're going to show what that child's immune system can do when it doesn't have a shot, and then what it can do when it has a shot. So we have an antibody that's a character. Her name is Ava, and she's going to teach us how the immune system works and then show us.
That's awesome. So is this book primarily for kids or for the parents of these children?
Well, I'm really hoping that the kids are going to be very attracted to the characters, but it's also a very accurate description of what happens in the immune system so that the parents can refresh their memories too from high school biology. So,
because some of us, it's been a little while.
That's right. That's right.
So what surprised you most in writing this book?
Oh my goodness. Just the whole process, because I've never written a book. And so the devil is in the details, just like with everything else. But it's been a huge learning curve for me. And I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with an illustrator who is actually a student at Appalachian State University.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Her name is Victoria Nanny, and she is a senior art student. So.
And Appalachian State University is your alma mater, correct?
It is.
Very good. Yes. Very good. Okay, so you mentioned what inspired you to write the book. You told us a little bit more about that. So tell us, what is the title of the book?
Ava Antibody Explains Your Body and Vaccines. That's what we're going to call it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. It's pretty clear what the title means, right?
Absolutely. And we're actually hoping that Ava is going to be, Ava's planning to describe a lot of other things too. And I'd like to give people the opportunity to tell us what they would like for Ava to describe next. Maybe it would be good for her to explain how your body heals from a skint knee or a broken bone. So.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. So some engagement here from our fans. Then make sure you let us know what you would like to learn more about and let Ava explain to you and to your kids so that way she can make sure to address things that you're dealing with right now. That's very cool. So that was going to be one of my questions is, are these characters going to go on to tell us more stories? So the answer is yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Were these characters inspired by anybody in real life?
They are actually by my children and then one of my daughter's friends.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So they're depicted fairly closely, although her friend, I don't know her very well. She just has a beautiful name. And so I wanted to use her name in the book. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's exciting. So the book is intended for our families, our little people. And what's something that you really hope that they learn and take away from this particular book?
Well, what I really want them to understand is that vaccines help your immune system be able to recognize a virus to keep you from getting sick. And that little shot that you get at the doctor's office is worth it because it prevents something much worse.
Gotcha.
So.
Good. And that's certainly a valuable lesson in today's society. We have so many vaccines that are out now. It is hard as a parent to keep up with all of the different vaccines and to know which ones and when and all of that stuff. So getting a clearer understanding of what these vaccines are really doing for us really can go a long way.
Exactly.
For sure. So what do you think happens to the characters after the book?
I think they're going to skin their knee.
Because they're feeling good, so they're going to be outside playing.
Yes.
And they're not going to have chicken pox.
It's a happy ending for everyone. I'll say that.
Yay! All right. Do you know approximately when the book is going to be available for purchase?
I am not exactly sure. I am very grateful to be working with a publisher. Yeah. Wisdom House Books out of the Raleigh-Durham area is working with me, so I'm keeping this a very North Carolina project.
Great.
Yes, and so I'm not exactly sure. I'm on their timeline, but I can tell you that my illustrator is working on more draft illustrations, and so we are getting very close. So I have my fingers crossed for first quarter of 2020.
Excellent. First quarter of 2020. So keep an eye out because you're probably going to see this video before the book is ready. Is your publishing company helping you with any pre-order stuff?
They will be. And again, I'm on quite the learning curve. So
sure.
I know the book will be available on Amazon and other types of venues such as that, as well as their website. And then I'll also be going to local bookstores and doing signings and readings and bringing the books to the local population.
Fantastic. So be tuned in. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, and there'll be a link to Andrea's website in the description below so that you can register for the newsletter. I'm sure she'll be announcing in there when the book is available for purchase and which bookstore she's going to be at. So you can meet the author and even get your book signed too.
Yeah. So one thing I do want to tell you is the backstory of this book is very interesting. I said before that I wanted people to understand the purpose of vaccinations, and this started about 15 years ago. So my mom and we actually collaborated, and we started writing the book at that point, and she did some illustrations. So I just wanted to show you.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yay, we get a sneak peek.
So this is what the original illustration looked like. My mom, Linda Cudd, drew this. And this is, of course, Ava Antibody attaching herself and making Charlie Chickenpox not very comfortable in this little kid's body. So he's being escorted out. And this is what really happens. I tried to make the book as accurate as possible for children so that they can build on this knowledge as they go through and take their science classes.
Great.
And then let me show you. This is one of her illustrations of the characters, and I'm not sure that they'll look exactly like this when we're done, but this just gives you an idea of what she is able to do. I'm so proud of Victoria, and we've had a lot of fun doing this. So
I'm so glad that she's been able to really capture.
Yeah, and then this is just a final one where Charlie is a little bit uncomfortable once again, and this is her interpretation of that drawing that my mother did 15 years ago. Yeah. So it's quite the story. It's a work of heart. So very happy about it.
And a work of art as well, because that's some serious talent. So I'm glad that you've been able to help a young student at your alma mater build up her portfolio so that she can use these drawings and her skills to hopefully move into her career when she goes to graduate. So that's very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Andrea, so this book is about the chickenpox vaccine, and so we're talking about vaccines and the things that happen with vaccines in the body. So that does lead me, and I'm sure some of our viewers, to the question of, are you pro-vaccine?
Oh, well, actually, personally, I am pro-vaccine. But the purpose of this book is not to take a side either way. It is to present the biological facts of what happens in your body when you don't have a vaccine and a virus is introduced versus when you have had a vaccine and that virus is introduced. So that's what this is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be any sort of political statement. It's an educational tool. So
great. So this is something that schools might even be able to put into their libraries, and their teachers might even be able to use, because it's not taking that political stance.
It
It's
doesn't.
just information.
It is. And so I'm hoping that doctors' offices will find it useful, and parents. It's going to be a convenient size so that you can carry it in your diaper bag or what have you. So yes, but yes, I hope it appeals to everyone as an educational tool.
So this first book is about vaccines, which is a really controversial issue. So why did you start with something that's so hot right now?
Well, I guess the better question is, why not start with that, right?
Sure.
Yeah, because there is so much controversy about it, and my goal is really to insert some factual information in there, and something that's got a lot of visual, a lot of illustrations that are colorful that the children can remember and take that knowledge with them throughout as they get multiple vaccines and as they learn more about their body. So, I'm okay with controversy. So we'll do the skint knee on the next one, but I want to take the opportunity to bring a tool. And I really couldn't find anything else out there. I Google searched to try to see if there were any other books about vaccinations for children, and there just simply are not. Nothing that I could find on Google anyway. So thank you for the tough questions.
Oh, you're welcome. Because I know the viewers are probably thinking these questions too. So it's great.
Well, I've been to several social functions, including my 35th high school reunion, and I told people about the book, and the first thing they asked me is, "Are you pro? Are you pro? Are you con? Are you con?" And I'm like, no, but I love the controversy about it, right?
Yeah.
I love that people definitely get excited about the topic. So,
is there anything that you learned about yourself while writing the book with your mom?
Well, I learned that I really have a passion for helping people understand the very basics of science, especially as it relates to your body and what happens on the inside. Yeah, but that I really enjoyed it, but that was quite the challenge. I thought I had it all understood, but then I realized what I understand is very complex compared to what I need to present to a child.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's such a great learning process, though.
Absolutely.
And you're so knowledgeable and have such a strong background in chemistry and in science. So to be able to take a look at your great history of all of the work that you've done and say, okay, now what can I do with this? How can I simplify this and make it something that can be used to help people? And that's beautiful. And that's, I think, one of the core values of Patient Navigation Team as well, is being that resource that helps people really understand what their options are, helps us think of questions that we should be asking our doctor.
Right. And a little bit of confidence to feel that you're asking a better question is so important, and it really does set you on your way to learn more and be more engaged in your own health, in the education of your children about their own bodies. So it's just a little bit of knowledge is a wonderful, powerful thing.
Very true. Very true. Well, I'm so appreciative of you being here in this
thank you, Terry.
conversation. You're very welcome. And we will be sitting on the edges of our seats waiting for this book to come out. So do keep us informed about it through your newsletter, through your Facebook page. You have LinkedIn as well, I'm pretty sure. So
I do, yes.
Are there any other social media networks we should be aware of? You mentioned the podcast, so this is also going to be on your podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Give 'em Health. Yes, it will be on there. So.
Excellent. So if you're listening to this through Give 'em Health, if you follow the links in the descriptions to Andrea's website, patientnavteam.com, you'll be able to get access to the newsletter and her social media pages there as well.
And don't worry, when the book is published, you'll hear me yell.
It's available.
That's right. Right.
Very good. Well, that's all I have for you today. So thank you again so much for being here.
Well, thank you, Terry.
You're welcome. And thank you all for tuning in today. We so appreciate you. And again, I'm Terry, your Chief Idea Catcher over at Spin Frogs. We are your local marketing resource and agency to help you better understand who your target market is and how to reach those people more effectively. So get in touch with me and my link in the bio below, and I look forward to talking with you more soon.